Hello everyone, welcome to Reiki Level 1. This is Mark Allen. Welcome to my first class. So I have a few notes here. I'm going to go over just a few things before we go into a Self-Reiki session. The thing I like to mention about Reiki before I start with anyone, either in a session or teaching, is just reaffirm the notion that all healing is self-healing. I don't think that Reiki is any more advanced than any other modality of healing. It is just one of many modalities, which all have a relevant part of our holistic health. But the thing to note is that all healing is self-healing. Your doctor, they're not the ones doing the healing to you. They're prescribing the medications that they believe is going to best enable your body to heal itself. And so through Reiki, I believe the most powerful aspect of it is relaxation and stress reduction, because I believe a lot of illness can stem from stress, and we live in a society that is very stressful for very many people, and even just allowing yourself to get to a base level of relaxation, I think, is beneficial in allowing your body to do what it naturally does best. So a little bit about Reiki. I'll be giving out these books written by Carolyn with pictures that I took as well, and in it, when you refer to it later, there will be a guide on different hand placements for Self-Reiki that we'll go over, and I'll include photos in the Google Doc as well. And before we begin that, a little bit about Reiki, founded by Usui Mikao, who is a Japanese man who lived in the early 1900s in Japan. This tradition has been passed down from teacher to teacher in kind of an oral tradition. There are certain symbols and other attunements that are passed on from person to person, and with it, each kind of lineage bearer has also kind of added their own element to it as well. But one of his original ideas, which are written here in his original Japanese, are called the original ideals of Reiki. And this will be something that you want to put in your journal if you feel called to. I like to have it written, printed, and hung in my studio that I practice in. I may include a copy of this with your certificate as well. And this is what it says. The secret art of inviting happiness, the miraculous medicine of all diseases. Just for today, do not be angry. Do not worry, and be filled with gratitude. Devote yourself to your work and be kind to people. Every morning and every evening, join your hands in prayer and pray these words to your heart, and chant these words with your mouth. Usui Reiki treatment for the improvement of body and mind, the founder Usui Mikao. So words to live by. I will note too that when it says miraculous medicine for all diseases, we obviously understand and acknowledge the importance of medical science, and that any miraculous healing that comes from Reiki is actually coming from within that person themselves, and to always take ego out of the equation. So for this Reiki session, Bella is going to join me in doing this. So you don't have to be attuned to do Reiki on yourself. Everyone has a natural inclination to Reiki. This is just a system and a system of knowledge that has been passed down. And like I said, everyone has their own intuitive additions to it. So if you feel called to work with a certain part that is causing you pain, or you feel called to practice Self-Reiki in a different way, there's really no wrong way to do it. We're going to do a hands-on method. I practice usually hands-off, but for Self-Reiki, it's great to do it either way. And if you want to start by just rubbing your hands together, and you may have done this when you were younger, or even as an adult, but if you rub your hands together and then just keep your hands a few inches away and start to kind of feel that energy that is naturally flowing, and with intention, taking a deep breath, finding a place that you can sit in peace and quiet. I do this in my car sometimes, so if the car is the only safe place you have that's alone that works. Your room works fine. You can do this while you're in bed as well, or laying down. So once you start to feel that, you can start to move around your hands, feel a little bit more. This is just helping us develop a little bit of sensitivity to this energy while we're working through it, because you're going to want to listen to that. When you're working on another person or even working on yourself, you'll feel where something particularly moves. You know, you feel perhaps a spark or a shift, and the other ideal of Reiki is that it goes where it's needed to, so you don't have to worry too much about not doing it enough or doing it too much in one place. There's really no wrong way. And like I said before, the ultimate goal here is to reduce any tension, anxiety, and to really allow ourselves to relax completely. Okay, the first thing to kind of do is I like to go around just my whole auric body. Your aura goes around your body several inches up to several feet from you. And so by just gently doing what's called a bioscan, you're kind of just feeling, you know, maybe there's a certain area that feels a little cold or feels a little empty, needs a little more activation or a special attention to. The other thing too, when I'm practicing Reiki, I connect a lot with spirit guides. So like I said, whatever's working for you. I also incorporate tarot into this, into my sessions. So if you read tarot or you have a deck or another form of divination, that's a way you can open up this Self-Reiki session as well. Okay, once you've gone around and kind of felt your energy field, gotten comfortable with it, opened up that aura, we're going to start with the crown. Now, I avoid calling them chakras because I think that chakras are often misunderstood, and there's more than just 7 chakras. There's different systems of chakras where some will have 4 energy centers, some will have up to 12 or even 144 meridians or auric levels. But for the purpose of this, I like to just call them energy centers and relate them by color. And so first we're going to start with our crown. You can either place your hands directly on your head or just above your head, whatever feels right. And this is our crown center, and I associate this with purple light. So if you want to imagine your crown really opening, you can even physically open it if you wish, to visualize and imagine your crown opening, receiving this radiant purple light. It's our connection to our guides, our connection to our higher self, our connection to the universe, really, you know, whatever you want to call it. But this is where we receive our dreams. This is where we receive our inspiration. And often when I'm here, I'll hear guides and angels saying, you know, just to remind us that they're always here, they're always available to be called upon whenever and for whatever reason, and that we always have access to a higher guidance. We don't necessarily need to go outside of ourselves to receive that, that we're always connected. And then you can kind of brush away any debris, anything that no longer serves you. We're also imagining our feet firmly planted into the ground, and anything that we're releasing, we're letting just fall to the ground, where Mother Earth is going to absorb that energy and turn it into fresh soil. And so when we're removing energy, we can just let it flow, and basically wanting our system to vibrate at a very high level. So next we'll go to our third eye. Traditionally, you can place your hands over your eye, or to the side, or even to the back of the head. You may feel called to move in different places. Even you can place one at the back of the head, one at the front of the head. Like I said before, there's no wrong way to do this. And the other thing I often feel too is about getting movement going. So by moving your hand in a circular motion or back and forth, you're just letting that light move to where it needs to go, feeling the magnetic resonance there. And here, our third eye, we're allowing to open and radiate beautiful indigo light. This is our mind center. This is where we perceive. This is how we see. For the purpose of your Self-Reiki session, really letting your mind see visions flash before your eyes, but not becoming attached to any particular vision. Letting things pass, letting our awareness open. Now, the message that often comes up here is about how our mind's an incredible tool and to focus on problem solving. There's always a solution to any problem we have. We have to use our mind to the best of its capabilities, and those solutions come based on love and not on fear. So anxiety doesn't serve us, especially in this moment. Again, you can move around, brush, open it up. You can even take a break, take a breather, and just feel your energy. You can even let your hands open and face wherever you're needed, and just sit with that energy for whatever feels right. And then when you're ready to move on, you can do the neck, the throat. Sometimes I cross my hands, sometimes like this. You can even hold the back of your neck. And this is our throat center. This is a lighter shade of blue light. And this is our soul expression, our creative expression, the words that we use to describe ourselves, words that we use to describe our reality. So this is where those powerful affirmations come in handy. Doing these throat center exercises, repeating your I am statements such as I am worthy of divine love, I am worthy of success, I am worthy of respect, I am creative, I am abundant, I am thriving, I am healthy. These ways of reprogramming our system of communication, really, and how we communicate with others. So once again, if you need to brush any energy away, throwing it to our feet once again. You may notice too, when I'm practicing, get a little bit hotter, so you may get a little bit warmer or colder, depending on what works for you. Next, we're going to go, for our heart center. You can place your hands wherever feels right, above your chest or in the middle. Sometimes you can even just hold it out from you. And our heart center is the green color, and this radiant light, as we imagine it emanating from our heart center, we're opening and we're expanding that heart, allowing more light to flow through. And this is our center of our celestial body. So this is where north, south, east, and west meet. So this is how we connect to ourselves inwardly, how we connect to the world outside of us, how we connect to others. So here with this green light, we're really highlighting unconditional love that the universe has for us. Mother Earth wants us to be here. She wants us to thrive. And we're also asked to have that same unconditional love for ourselves as well. So once again, do what feels right. This is often when working with another person, the heart center comes up a lot, as well as the throat. They're all connected as well, but I always spend just a little extra time focusing on opening this one up and really letting that light pierce through. And then you can also feel that light going to every cell in your body, and just feeling the love that every cell has for us as a whole, and just emanating that same unconditional love for every cell that allows us to exist and breathe. Once again, we can clear any debris, anything that's no longer working for us. How are you doing so far, Bella?
I feel very good. Very aligned.
Okay, next, just under the heart is the solar plexus, and this is yellow light. I like to imagine a sunflower here that is opening and accepting the beautiful yellow rays of sunshine. And this is a center of joy. I'll often use citrine here. All about creativity, joyfulness, the excitement of things that are new, and the message that often comes up here with the yellow light is just the importance of joy and laughter, and how it's our right, it's our birthright to be joyful, and that be very beneficial to do something that brings you a little bit of joy every day. Even if this is your moment of joy, or if art's your moment of joy, celebrating those joyful moments. You can move to wherever feels comfortable, and if you have a particular area of focus too, like your back, that you want to place your hands on, any part that feels like it could use just a little bit of extra attention. Again, brushing off anything we don't need anymore. Then moving forward to our sacral center, which kind of above the belly button. This is orange light. It's very passionate light. It's warming, it's comforting, it's nourishment. This is also our growth. Often here, our guides will be reminding us of the growth that we've encountered this past year, and all of the growth that we have left ahead of us, and just the reminder to be conscious of what we are feeding ourselves energetically, spiritually, emotionally. You can also feel that warmth flowing throughout your body. And again, feeling how all of these colors are connecting with one another as well. Imagining our rainbow light body that is really shining bright now, and how in a rainbow the colors all blend together. So this orange is beginning to anchor the bottom of this rainbow body as well. Again, removing anything that no longer serves us. Also too, we store guilt here sometimes, so there may be guilt or shame or regret, and this is a good time to release that out of our system. Okay, and then lastly, you may want to warm your hands up again, because this is red light, and you can either place your hands on your hips or just above your hips. And I like to even imagine I'm pushing myself down into the earth, because this is really grounding energy. If you want to just hold your hands up facing down too, that works. And with this red light, you can really imagine a ball of red light surrounding us and anchoring us and keeping us grounded. I often pick up here messages of trust and foundation, security, And our guides letting us know that we're always protected, we're always guided, we're always being watched over. So to really put our roots firmly down into the ground and ground ourselves, because if we allow ourselves to just be all up in our headspace but we're not firmly grounded, we can get burnt out. Reality can become more difficult, and so we're really grounding all this energy and growth, bringing it into the physical plane. And lastly, here with this red light, I like to imagine taking this red light, passing it down our legs, and like a magnet, it's going to, with it, pull out any impurities, any dust, any debris that we no longer need, and we're just putting that into the ground. This is an intuitive motion too, so whatever works for you, even if you need to stand up and do a little stretch. But then too, you can imagine at your feet, and our feet really strongly anchored here. Kind of brush your hands off once you've completed that, and before ending a session, I like to just call upon Archangel Michael, whatever angel or guide energy you work with, to just reaffirm our shield of protection that's always around us, and that is protecting us, shielding us from any energy that is no longer meant for us. Once you affirm that field, which you can always call upon in a time of need, I just like to end once again with grace, gratitude, and thanks to our guides or angels, ancestors, all those who are on the other side working with us for our greatest and highest good. Also giving grace and gratitude to Shui Mikao, founder of Reiki, and all the teachers who have come before us. And also giving grace and gratitude to Reiki, Universal Life Force Energy, always wants us to succeed, is always available to us. We're so grateful for this life, and we accept this healing on all dimensional levels. And may it continue to heal us for the coming days, weeks, months, and years. If you want to refer to the Google Doc too, I have a few prompts that you can do in your journal. The first one is to write the principles of Reiki, like we talked about before. You can transcribe those into your journal, write them on a piece of paper to put on your mirror if you want. I would like everyone to practice a Self-Reiki session. If you feel called to do it every single day, that would be great. I always recommend doing a little bit, even if it's just in your head area or wherever you need it. And then lastly, just talking about where you felt the most movement in your Reiki session, your Self-Reiki session. Where did you feel most movement in your system?
I felt a lot in my crown chakra immediately, and then I felt like I felt a lot in, what's the lowest one? Root, yeah. So like my top and my bottom, I felt like I was opening and releasing a lot.
A lot of expanding.
Yeah.
So too, if you want to just write a little bit about where you felt the most movement and where you feel the most healing is coming from. And then last question too is just about what you want your Reiki practice to look like. Are you looking to practice Reiki on other people? Are you looking to teach? Are you looking to put Reiki into the art that you make? There's a lot of different ways to practice Reiki. Not everyone chooses to work directly with other people. But there's a lot of ways you can incorporate Reiki into what you do. So just as a last question, yeah, just write a bit about where you see your Reiki path taking you. Thank you for day one of the class. Excited to teach you guys more. And if you have any questions, you can email me or text me. And I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow.